Welcome everyone to the Virtual Excel Academy.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from wherever you are. We're with you too at the Virtual Excel Academy. Today we are very excited to present to you Reading Connections and Writing Companions. The presentation today is presented by myself, Cheryl Kamei-Hannan, my partner, Kamei-Hannan, and Leila Ricci, who is the co-author of the Reading Connections book. We also have our hostesses with us. We have Charlotte Cushman from Paths to Literacy and Texas and Perkins School for the Blind. Hello, Charlotte.
Hi, everyone.
We have Leanne Grilla from American Printing House for the Blind. She's the Director of National Outreach Services. Hello, Leanne.
Hello, everyone. Welcome.
And Belinda is our closed captionist. Thank you, Belinda, for joining us.
Hi.
So today we are really excited to present to you some activities from a book that is an APH Press book called Reading Connections. And together Leila and I will be referencing some of the activities from this book. You can find that at APH Press, which Leanne will share the link to in case you are interested in finding out more information about that book. But to get us started, Leila is going to help us with a little warm-up activity. If we could all get you to stand up, maybe push your chairs back. And I'm going to stay seated because I need to stay within the camera, but Amaya is going to demonstrate for us our warm-up activity. Leila, do you have sound?
At the moment, it does not look like she has sound.
Okay, well, let me lead us through our warm-up activity. There are a few words that you're going to hear in a story that we're going to read to you in a minute. So we'd like to pre-teach some of these words. The first one is tiptoe. So if you're able to stand up with us, we want to practice tiptoeing. What do your toes do when you tiptoe? Let's watch Amaya for a second. She's going to tiptoe. Can you tiptoe? And type in the chat window, what are your feet doing when you tiptoe? Do we have any responses of what your toes are doing when you tiptoe?
Right now we have a bunch of hellos. Hello, everyone, but what are your toes doing? Or moms and dads, you can help describe to your students and children what they're doing. Raise them up, one person said. On your toes, but lift from the ground.
That's right. All right, very nice. And how is that different than when you march? Can I see you march? Maya is marching and I can hear her feet touch the ground.
The other tiptoes were pointing and no heels on the floor and tip quietly.
Oh, good. Now type in the chat window. What do your feet do when you march? Do we have any responses of what your feet are doing when you march?
I think they're thinking, ooh, stomp.
Oh, hold that thought. We're going to get to stomp.
Hit the floor flat and all together.
All right, good. All right, now who said stomp? Let me see you stomp. Did anyone hear that thunder? Stomp. One more time, stomp. Good. What do your feet do when you stomp? Do you have any responses?
Bang.
Bang.
Be loud.
Be loud. Let's see how loud we can stomp. Are you ready?
Loud giant steps.
Loud step. Good. How about jump? Let's see when you jump.
Oh, and one before was with your feet bang, but now we're doing jump.
Okay, jump. All right, so Amaya is jumping. Can you jump? Good. And type in the chat window, what do you do when you are jumping?
Lift feet up.
Both feet come up at the same time. Jump. Good
Feet
job.
don't touch.
And the feet don't touch the ground. Very good. Right. All right, we've got two more. How about run? Can you run in place? Let's see Amaya run in place. You can hear her feet. Good. Let's see you run in place at home. And what are your legs doing and your feet doing when you run in place? Can you type in the chat window, what are your feet and legs doing when you run in place? Do you have any responses in the chat window?
Not yet. Oh, there we go. Lifting up and down.
Lifting up and down.
Go so fast.
Okay, very good.
Moving in pace.
Moving in pace, very
You
good.
stomp.
And a stomp, excellent. Okay, so stomp is a little different than run. Stomp is just 1 foot at a time. And running will be both feet going quickly. And then the last one that we're going to do is purr. Can you purr? And this one is a curious word. Our little friend Buttercup here is going to purr for us. You might be able to hear a little motor sound with my lips. Can you do that with your lips? What does it feel like with your lips when you purr? Do we have any responses in the chat window?
Not at the moment. I think they're all thinking.
They're all thinking, okay.
Ooh, don't
Dr.
spit. Someone warned
Kamei-Hannan?
you. Your lips are moving.
Dr. Kamei-Hannan, this is Leila Ricci. I'm on with you now.
Yay, I'm so glad you're able to join us again. We just went through the movements. We did tiptoe, march, stomp, jump, run, and purr. And we were just about to predict, what do you think will happen in the story Buttercup's Week? So we're going to read a story called Buttercup's Week. And Leila is going to lead us in a short activity about prediction.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. So now what we want you to do when you think about the story Buttercup's Week, and you think about all of these words that we just had Amaya do the movements for, what do you predict that this story will be about? Type in the chat window what you think will happen in the story. Are we seeing responses in the chat window?
Yet, I'll read them as soon as I see them. Ask the question one more time.
So what do we predict? What do we think will happen in the story called Buttercup's Week?
So
We
someone
talked about
said,
tiptoeing, marching, stomping, jumping, running, and purring. So what do we think will happen in this story?
someone said, enjoying activity. Buttercup will do motions and adventure. Someone who will walk through wheat. That there are actions. Buttercup was the cat.
Nice. Those are some great responses. So now, based on what we think might happen in the story and what we've learned so far, what questions do you have about the story? This is an activity from Reading Connections called the 5 Fun Hypotheses. But if you can write in the chat window what questions you have about Buttercup's Week.
One more answer about what they think it was about was they think the cat will exercise. But now I wonder what questions you'll have. What are 5 hypotheses? Can you repeat the name of the activity? One person wants to know, is Buttercup young?
Ooh, that's a good question. What other questions do you have?
One person says it reminds me of a Reese's peanut butter cup. Another person said something yellow because buttercup flowers and wheat are both yellow and gold.
That's a great prediction. What other questions?
Where does the name Buttercup come from?
That's a great question too.
Yeah. Let me introduce you to Buttercup. Hello, Buttercup. Hello. Aren't you the cutest little tabby cat? I love your orange and yellow stripes and your cute little white tummy. Can I scratch your little white tummy? I guess Buttercup is ticklish. We are going to read a story about you, Buttercup. Me? Yes, you, Buttercup. How exciting. I can't wait to see this story and hear the story. And Buttercup is a little puppet that I'm holding up. And he is orange and yellow striped. He's a tabby cat. He has orange ears and a little white belly and a pink little mouth. And he's waving to you, hello, friends at home, and nodding to you. I'm so excited to be here, he says. This is a story about Fluffy Buttercup, Fluffy Buttercup's week. Fluffy Buttercup was a busy little cat. She was also very adventurous. On Monday, when everybody was fast asleep, Fluffy Buttercup snuck into the kitchen to eat some cookies. Tiptoe, 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 Buttercup. On Tuesday, Fluffy Buttercup went to a parade and she heard beautiful music. It was a marching band. March, Buttercup, march, 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 Buttercup. And we can see Buttercup lifting her legs up high to march. And she's marching to the music that she hears. On Wednesday, it rained and it rained and it rained. And when the sun finally came out, great big puddles were all around. Fluffy Buttercup put on her boots and she went outside and she stomped in the puddles. Stomp, Buttercup, stomp, stomp, Buttercup. And we can see Buttercup's foot lift up in the air and stomp to the ground. Stomp, stomp, stomp. On Thursday, Fluffy Buttercup was walking along the beach. The water tickled her toes. Oh, she said. She loved splashing in the water and jumping in the little waves that tickled her toes. Jump, Buttercup, jump! Jump, Buttercup, jump! And we see Buttercup jumping up and down, both legs lifting off the ground, up high, jump, Buttercup, jump. On Friday, Fluffy Buttercup was playing in the garden when a great big butterfly landed on her nose. And then it flew away. Fluffy Buttercup chased the butterfly. Run, Buttercup, run, Buttercup, run! As Buttercup chased the butterfly all around the grassy fields, back and forth. On Saturday, Buttercup was running and stomping through the garden. Run, stomp, run, stomp, run, stomp, run, stomp. And on Sunday, Buttercup was very, very tired. She jumped into a basket, curled up, put her head on a pillow, and then she fell asleep, and we could hear her sweet purr. Good night, Buttercup.
Now that we've read the story, let's think about what you predicted. So you had said Buttercup was going to go on an adventure and to have some actions and to exercise, and you were right. So let's talk about what happened to Buttercup each day. So I will ask you what Buttercup did on each day of the week, and you type your answers in the chat window. What did Buttercup do on Monday? Write your answer in the chat box.
And Mom and Dad, you can always write for your child. She tiptoed to get food. Muddy Puddle snuck into the kitchen, went to get cookies from the kitchen. Tiptoed in the kitchen to get food. Purr.
That's right. On Monday, Buttercup tiptoed. Now, what did Buttercup do on Tuesday? So type your answer in the chat window. What did Buttercup do on Tuesday?
One person said a parade. Said good night. Marching, a parade. And it's okay if you don't remember. You can take a guess. Marching.
Yes, Buttercup marched on Tuesday. So she tiptoed on Mondays, marched on Tuesday. What did Buttercup do on Wednesday? Type your answer in the chat window. What did Buttercup do on Wednesday?
Stamping in the mud puddles. Stomping. Jumped. Stomped.
Yes, Buttercup stomped on Wednesday. What did Buttercup do on Thursday? Do you remember what she did on Thursday? Type that in your chat window.
Not sure. Running to catch a butterfly? Not sure. Jumping? Catching butterflies?
Buttercup was running. So some of you did say running. Do you remember what Buttercup did on Saturday? Type that in your chat box.
You got enjoying life. No Friday? Run and stamp. Don't know.
Yes, we have run and stomp. And finally, what did Buttercup do on Sunday? On the very last day, what did Buttercup do on Sunday?
Sleep. Sleep. Slept. Purred. Slept. And purr.
Yes, thank you. Now we're going to do a writing activity where you'll sequence these events using your Braille writer.
right, thank you, Leila. I'm just curious, how many of our friends at home have a kitty cat? Can you type yes in your chat window if you have a kitty cat? Kimberly has a kitty cat and Elaine has one. Charlie's got a thumbs up. Suzanne, you have 2 kitty cats. Cindy said no, no kitty cat. Lots of other toys. Yeah, we have a puppet kitty cat. We also have a Siamese lynx at home that joined our family in October from Wayfinder Family Services. She was living in the dorms and needed a home, so we brought her to our house, and we're excited to have her. I'm learning all about kitty cats and how they purr. She loves purring. She is a very loud purrer. And let's see, Charlie says yes, and he says she has a dog. Uriah says no. Well, anyways, this story was inspired by our kitty cat and one of Amaya's favorite toys, Buttercup, which is one of her puppets. So we're going to use these words, tiptoeing, marching, stomping, jumping, and running, to do a little bit of a finger warm-up on our Braille writer. So if you have a Braille writer, please pull that out. Go ahead and insert yourself a piece of paper, and what I am going to do is I'm going to show you a video of our Braille writer. I'm going to switch it over so you'll be able to see that. And we have a piece of paper already inserted on it. And now we're going to do a little bit of a warm-up activity. And this is a little different than maybe what you're used to doing on your Braille writers. Usually we write letters and we write words, and sometimes we write sentences and paragraphs. But this time, what we're going to do is we're just going to do a little finger exercise, and we're going to strengthen our fingers, and we are going to write almost nonsense. But what we really want to pay attention to is how our fingers use those keys. I want you to put one finger on each of the keys. Find your dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Spread those fingers out. We want them high like spiders on your keys, so you can use the power behind them to push down those keys and get the strength behind your fingers to be able to make these letters. And what we're going to do is we are going to make sounds with our Braille writer. So what kind of a sound could we make that would be like a tiptoe? We're going to alternate using dot 1 and 4. Can you find with your pointer fingers dots 1 and 4? Let's keep all our fingers on the keys and let's alternate and tiptoe. 1, 4, 1, 4, 1, 4. Tiptoe, 1, 4, 1, 4. Tiptoe, Buttercup, tiptoe. Tiptoe, Buttercup, tiptoe. Keep going all the way across the kitchen floor. Find those cookies at the end. You'll hear a bell when you get to the cookies. I think Buttercup found the cookies. Nice job, friends at home, tiptoeing across the floor to get those cookies. All right, we're gonna move our Braille foot all the way across our page, and this time we're gonna march. Let's put our fingers back on our keys. And this time, marching is a little louder than tiptoeing, isn't it? We're going to use dots 1, 2, and 3 on the left hand, 4, 5, and 6 on the right hand, and we're going to march. Let's push all 3 fingers down at the same time. Left hand, right hand, march, 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 all the way across the floor. Listen to the beautiful music. I think I might even hear a bell as part of our marching band. March, 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 march. Did you hear the bell? I think that was part of our parade music. Let's move our Braille foot all the way back. And on Wednesday, it rained and it rained and it rained. When the sun finally came out, great big puddles were all around, and fluffy Buttercup stomped. When we stomp, we use all of our fingers. Let's see you stomp. We're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all at the same time. Ready, go. Stomp, Good job. Shall we do a couple spaces? When we use the space, we're going to use our thumb. So let's see our thumbs on the space bar. Do another space. Good. And stomp really loud. Good. Space, space. Another pedal. Let's stomp. Good. Space, space. All right, let's try and use our thumb for that space. Stomp. Thumb, thumb. Good. Stomp. There you go. Thumb, thumb. How are our friends doing at home? Are you stomping in those puddles? Keep stomping. All 6 fingers at the same time. Good. 1, 2, 3, stomp. One more stomp at the end of the line there. There you go. Good job. All right, let's move our Braille writer over. There we go. Braille foot over. Good. Go down a couple lines. All right. And if you want to feel that line, you'll see with your Braille reading fingers some stomps, and they're spread out by spaces. It's kind of fun to feel the stomp. It's like a big footprint on your paper there every time you stomp. Okay, now on Thursday, Buttercup was jumping. And when we jump, we're going to use our pointer fingers together, dots 1 and 4 together, and then we're going to do dots 2 and 5 together, and then we're going to do dots 3 and 6 together. Okay, let's see you jump. Jump, 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 jump. Keep jumping until we hear the bell. One more time. Jump, jump, jump. There's our bell. Nice job. And if you want to feel our jumping, you can see with your fingers, we're jumping up in the air and then we fall down to the ground. We jump up in the air and then we fall down to the ground. Up and down, up and down, up and down. We jump up and down, and our fingers look like we are jumping up and down too. All right, nice job. All right, Fluffy Buttercup also ran. And when we run, we're going to use all of our fingers again, and we're going to alternate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, one finger at a time. Let's see if we can run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Run, Buttercup. Run, Buttercup. 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go. We made it to the end of the line. Nice job. Okay, our last exercise that Buttercup did is he was running along and then he stomped. And he was running along and then he stomped. Let's see if you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then all 6 fingers at the same time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and stomp. You got it. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and stomp. Good. One more time. 4, 5, 6, and stomp. There you go. And what does that feel like under your fingers? Let's take our, oh, you're going to make it to the end of the line? All right, all the way to the end of the line. There you go. One last stomp. Good. Okay, so take your little reading fingers and let's see what a run stomp looks like. Run, 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 stomp. And when we read, let's see if we can use our pointer fingers as our reading fingers. Let's see if you can have your pointer finger up on the Braille and run your pointer fingers across. Let's see, that's your thumb. There you go. And let's see your reading fingers go across the line. There you go. All right, and if you want to feel all the different patterns we made, you can take your paper out of the Braille writer, and then we can feel all of the different patterns that we just made.
do purr?
Oh, you know what? We're going to ask our friends at home to see how they would make a purr sound. You guys want to make a purr sound on your Braille writer? What would that sound like? Type in the Braille in the chat window what your purring would look like on your Braille writer. Does anyone have any ideas what a purr might look like with our Braille keys? A space bar all the way across. I like that idea, Allison. Anyone else have ideas about how you can make a purring sound with your Braille writer? It's a tough one. I was thinking if I were asleep, I would be quiet so my Braille writer wouldn't be making any noise. All right, so if you want, you can just take your little reading fingers across your page. And you know, whenever I teach how to track Braille, what I like to do is use all of my fingers on one line. Let's see if you can get your fingers together, both your right and your left pointer fingers. And we're going to start at the top of the line and we're going to track that line. Let's get all your fingers out on the Braille. All of your fingers, Amaya. There you go. And then track that line across. Can you feel it with your middle too? To the end and back and down. And friends at home, if you can do this too, you can track your line across and down, across, back and down. Okay, let's go across one line and back on the same line. There you go, and down. Can we do that one more time, Amaya? Start at the top of the page, across, back on the same line, and then down. Across, back on the same line, and down. Across, back on the same line, and down. Across, back, and down. Okay, friends at home. So which was your favorite pattern? Did you like the tiptoe, the march, the stomp, the jump, the run, or the running and stomping? Which one did you like the pattern of? They all made such unique patterns, didn't they? Do you have a favorite pattern that you liked to track with your fingers? If you did, type it in the chat window. Which was your favorite pattern? Do you have one, Amaya?
I think mine was the tiptoe because it kind of felt like a straight line, but I kind of liked how there were like two bumps and it looked like tiptoeing.
Ah, the tiptoe. Giselle says she liked the stomping and the jumping. Did anyone else have a favorite? Finger force on the Braille, full cell. Ooh, Sanaya, did you like to stomp with all your fingers on the Braille writer? It's kind of fun to do that, isn't it? It's a great way to build some finger strength. Okay. All right, so this time, let's put in a brand new piece of paper into our Braille writer. And this time, I am going to read the story, Fluffy Buttercup. And I'm going to give you two choices. If you know how to write the words, then you can sequence the events that happen in the story by using the words tiptoe, march, stomp, jump, run, run stomp, and purring. If you want to, you can also write the day and what Buttercup did. You can write Monday, tiptoe, Buttercup, if you want to write more than one word. If you want to add where Buttercup was doing the action, you can write the day, the action, and where Buttercup went. If you want to practice building finger strength and you want to draw the patterns of each of these sounds with your Braille fingers, you can do that too. And Amaya, I think you're going to do the sounds, tiptoe and march and stomp, right? Okay, so get your Braille fingers ready. Put in another piece of paper in your Braille writer. And this time I'm going to read Buttercup's week. And you can write in your best writing how you want to write it. Buttercup's week. Fluffy Buttercup was a busy little cat. She was also very adventurous. On Monday, when everybody was asleep, Fluffy Buttercup snuck into the kitchen to eat some cookies. Tiptoe, 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 tiptoe. toe-toeing is alternating dot 1 and 4. There you go. On Tuesday, Fluffy Buttercup went to a parade. She heard beautiful music. It was a marching band. March, Buttercup, march, march, march. 1, 2, 3. Good job. And we are marching using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Left hand, right hand. There we go. Good job. You marched all the way across the page. On Wednesday, if you want to feel it with your fingers, you can feel it with your fingers. Try and use your reading fingers. Use your pointer fingers. There you go. Good job. Friends at home, Amaya is not a native Braille reader, so she likes to use her thumbs to read. But as she learns Braille more, I'm sure she's going to be using that pointer finger more and more. All right, on Wednesday, it rained and it rained and it rained. And when the sun finally came out, great big puddles were all around. Fluffy Buttercup put on her boots and she went outside. She stomped in all the puddles. Stomp, Buttercup. When we stomp, we use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 all together. Stomp, Buttercup. If you want to practice your space, you can do a space between your stomps. All right. There, I like how you use your thumb. Thumb. There you go. Beautiful. We stomp to the end of the page. On Thursday, Fluffy Buttercup was walking along the beach. The water tickled her toes. She loved splashing in the water and jumping in the little waves that tickled her toes. Jump, Buttercup, jump. And we're going to go top, top, middle, middle, bottom, bottom. Pointer, pointer, middle, middle, ring finger, ring finger. So dots 1 and 4, 2 and 5, and 3 and 6. And we're going to alternate. Jump, Buttercup, jump. Jump, Buttercup, jump. Nice job. On Friday, Fluffy Buttercup was playing in the garden when a great big butterfly flew in front of her eyes. It landed on her nose and then it flew away. Fluffy Buttercup chased the butterfly. Run, 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 Buttercup. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're alternating our fingers. Dot 1, dot 2,
3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You ran across the page. Good job, Buttercup. Sunday, Buttercup was running through the garden. She ran and she stomped and she ran and she stomped. Run, 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 stomp, Buttercup. Run, 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 stomp, Buttercup. Stomp. Good job. We're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then all of our fingers together. Nice job. And on Sunday, Buttercup was very tired. She jumped into a basket, curled up and put her head on a pillow. You could hear her sweet purr. Good night, Buttercup. Thank you, Amaya, for demonstrating on our Braille writer. And I am going to switch our camera back so you're able to see our faces, and we'll put our Braille writer away. You can take your paper out. And now, I wonder, can you tell us, by reading what you wrote, what was Fluffy Buttercup about? And you know, perhaps because Leanne and Charlotte, we have a little extra time, perhaps we can open up the microphones for people to tell us what you wrote on your pieces of paper. And maybe you can retell the story of what Fluffy Buttercup did. So if you have your piece of paper out, here, I stole your chair, didn't I, Amaya? You can have your chair back. And I'll sit on the stool. And maybe you can put your paper on your lap and raise your hand. And we would love to hear you retell the story of Fluffy Buttercup by reading your paper.
And Skya did say, Amaya, you did such a good job.
Thank you.
Okay, Brenda, I'm not sure if this was a question from previous, so I'm going to put on your mic and see if you can now hit the space or turn on your mic to be able to ask your question. I'm not seeing her there. So Brenda, if you think of your question, you can raise your hand again. There is a question in the chat. What is the ideal position, she's saying, of the figures on Braille, or I think she meant fingers.
Oh, the fingers on the keys?
Possible?
I try and teach our students to put pointer, middle, and ring finger on dots 1, 2, and 3, and then to mirror that on the right hand for 4, 5, and 6, and then use the thumb as the space bar. As you get a little bit faster in typing, when you're typing, using that thumb will help you be able to quickly type. A lot of younger children, because their pointer fingers are the stronger fingers, they want to move the pointer finger over to the space bar. What I notice a lot of times my students do when they do that is they're not able to reposition their fingers back on dots 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And so it leads to a lot of Braille that's either missing dots or adding dots or just not having the right dots. So I do try and encourage 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 with pointers, middles, and ring fingers. But maybe if we could hold off on any teaching questions till the end, I'm hoping that we might have at least 1 or 2 of our friends at home tell us our story of Fluffy Buttercup. Do we have anyone who's able to read off of their paper and who is wanting to share their voice on the microphone?
If you want to, you can either type your name in the chat or say me, or raise your hand. Either way works. Who out there? Giselle, let me get that turned on for you. Okay, Giselle, what did you write? You have to push the space bar or turn on your microphone.
Space bar and hold it down.
There you go.
Hello.
Go for it. We can hear you now.
Hello,
Hi.
Hi, Giselle.
I'm Giselle and I am 8 years old and I wrote all the things that are in the story and I like it very much.
Oh, thank you, Giselle. Would you like to share what you wrote, some of the things you wrote?
I wrote that on Monday, Buttercup tiptoed to the kitchen to get cookies.
Lovely.
On Tuesday, she marched in the band. Wednesday, it went in the garden and she stomped in puddles.
Very good.
On Tuesday. On Thursday, she ran and stumped.
Oh, very good.
On Friday, she tickled her toes in the water. Butterfly. She ran to catch the butterfly.
Yes.
Saturday, she ran and stumped.
Right. She ran inside the garden. Very good.
On Sunday, she slept and purred.
And on Sunday, she slept. She must have been so tired with all of those adventures. Giselle, bravo. Thank you so much for sharing. You did a beautiful job.
Thank you.
That was wonderful. Thank you. So friends at home, we do hope that you enjoyed this lesson. Leila, thank you for leading us through our pre-teaching activities and our hypotheses. Do you want to close with anything, Leila?
I just wanted to say it was a pleasure being with everyone today. And as you move forward, think about your adventure and what you will be doing each day.
And if you want to leave us with one last message before we close, type in the chat window, what is your adventure going to be for this week? We would love to hear about what your adventure might be. Amaya, what do you think your adventure is going to be? What would you like to do?
Maybe go swimming in the marina or go to the beach.
Go swimming. That would be so much fun. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. It's always so much of a pleasure to be with you and to be able to share all of these wonderful lessons on Virtual Excel Academy. It was especially special for me today to be able to be an instructor with you. I've been with you all along with Charlotte and Leanne, and it's just such a pleasure to be able to also share with you as an instructor. So thank you for joining us today. Leanne and Charlotte, thank you for hosting and putting on this wonderful Virtual Excel Academy for these past couple of weeks. We are going to end our session this week. Friday will be our last session of the Virtual Excel Academy. We do have a full schedule though for the rest of the week, so please do join us. We have an exciting O&M lesson coming up, and also our last lesson will be in Spanish. So we would love for you to join us for our Spanish lesson as well. Leanne and Charlotte, do you have any announcements before we say goodbye?
Yeah, we do. We have a couple of people have been asking, what is the name of this activity? And was it in your Reading Connections book, or is it its own book, the Buttercup book we're asking about?
Okay, so we kind of pulled from a couple of different sources. The pre-teaching activities and the hypothesis activities are from the Reading Connections book, along with just practicing sequencing. It's part of the reading comprehension chapter. It was always Leila and our plan, Leila and I, to write a book, and we were hoping to write Writing Companions, hence the title, Reading Connections and Writing Companion. And I think life kind of took over for us to get to our book, Writing Companion, but this would be an activity that we had geared towards Writing Companion. And if we ever get around to it, maybe it's something that will come up in the near future.
Wonderful. Well, I wanted to be a little more specific, Cheryl. You talked about what's coming up, but one thing you didn't mention is tomorrow we're actually having a drum circle, and we're really excited about that because the idea is just to find something around you that you can make into a drum. So you can bring something from your kitchen that makes a sound. It could be a frying pan and a spoon, or 2 wooden spoons, or a jar of unpopped popcorn, whatever you want. But you bring whatever your instrument is, and anybody of any age is welcome tomorrow. So, and then Thursday is the orientation and mobility lesson we mentioned, talking about our neighborhoods. And Friday, as you said, Cheryl, is our Spanish language lesson, and that's going to be for students who are middle school and high school. So we hope we'll see all of you back for all of those. So thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. Amaya is pulling up her rainbow shaker that she had made in a previous.
Yeah, and I was thinking to share it for the drum lesson tomorrow.
Great idea. Great idea.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.